So the backbone of any YouTube gaming channel is a good capture card. And there have been a lot of products that have kind of come and gone as times have passed. I started with Hauppauge HD PVR about 5 years ago, and capture cards have really evolved since then. And we have another entry into the market. This is the BlackMagic Intensity Pro 4K. This is the successor to the original BlackMagic Intensity Pro. And in the following video, I'll be showing you guys how to set it up, my thoughts on it, and I will also be showing you guys some direct capture both from PC and from the next generation of consoles, followed up by a final review. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. So I guess we'll first start off with just a general unboxing of the product. As you can see, pretty small form factor. I don't really expect much inside the box based on my experiences with the BlackMagic Intensity Pro original version, but maybe there are some surprises hidden in here. So we'll remove the cellophane case. And I thoroughly enjoyed my time using the original BlackMagic Intensity. The only reason that I stopped using it is when we transferred over into the next generation of consoles and 1080p became a standard. With the original Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, you really didn't need to record anything beyond 720p because anything at 1080p was mostly just upscaled anyway, so you probably wouldn't have noticed a difference. And as well with the new generation of consoles, 60 FPS, especially on YouTube, has become a standard. So yeah, that kind of basically made that capture card obsolete, even though it was my favorite capture card thus far to use just because of how reliable it was. And I was really excited when this came out. We have a bunch of other capture cards on the table as well. They each have their pros and cons, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So in the box you have this cable right here, this standard RGA cable that you probably won't use, mainly because you are now pretty much HDMI is the standard these days, so pretty much you'll never use this. So yeah. And then we have another, I have no idea. Oh, I have no idea what this cable's for. Just throw it away. We have a manual. You actually get a code for DaVinci Resolve Lite included as well. Not the full version, but the light version. This is a pretty powerful editing software. I think it's the standard that a lot of movie producers use these days to do the editing process and the creation of motion pictures. I personally myself stick with Adobe Premiere Pro, so I probably won't be using this at all. What else we have here? We have... Oh, cool. The instruction manual comes in this little pamphlet here, and it's actually on this SD card, which is pretty handy actually. Very smart way to do it, very upbeat way. So on the inside we have the main product right here, which comes in this protective static bag. So we'll break the seal here and open it up. And based on what I've seen of this product online, it strikes a fairly similar resemblance to this original BlackMagic Intensity in that it's really a no-frills approach to it. The only real difference now is that there's a mini fan as well built into it, and it looks like they still did not on the very back of the... See, this is what threw me off with the original BlackMagic Intensity Pro. They didn't outline anywhere which one is the in and out port, so that's kind of unfortunate. But in terms of build quality, I would have to say that the AverMedia Gamer HD is a little bit more well built, just because it has a protective shielding on the outside. So yeah, basically it's what it is, but it doesn't really matter what the capture card looks like because it's an internal capture card. It goes directly into your computer, so you will never see it. But just small things like that, you'd hope to have a little bit better build quality, but it's how it performs, right? And the consistency of the performance of capturing videos is what you're mainly concerned with. So I've had a couple of days now to play around with the BMI 4K, and it actually shares the exact same setup nuances that the original BMI had, in that the setup is a little bit difficult. The capture card does not auto detect video signals and adjust the capture, you actually have to manually set them in the program as well as the control panel inside the computer. And I don't know if you guys can hear or not. The capture card is installed right now in the computer, and that little fan that I showed you guys in the setup video is actually extremely loud, almost to a point where it's unbearable. I actually tried to unplug the fan from the PCB of the capture card, and it did mitigate the noise, but then the capture card actually became extremely hot when running, to a point where I think if I kept it unplugged, it would become permanently damaged. So I plugged it back in, but that's not the end of the problems this capture card has had. Long story short, do not buy it. It fails in its ability to both stream through programs such as XSplit or even capture general video and audio for a general Let's Play walkthrough or YouTube video. But we'll get more into that a little bit later. So first off, we'll go with the setup. So after you get the card installed, the card's inside my computer, like I said, right now. If you want the test bench I'm using, you can check out the description. My computer should be more than adequate for this capture card to run. Quick specs, it's running on a 5960X, a GTX 690, and 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. So more than enough, or more than it should be enough. And after you get it installed, you want to go to the support page at BlackMagic Design, click capture and playback, and then you want to actually download desktop video 10.3.7. This is the latest one that is available as I record this video. Possibly, maybe the capture card stability and ability to capture and stream will become better in the future, but as of right now, like I said, this capture card is at this point unusable. But anyway, so I've actually already had it installed in the computer. So what we want to do now is, in order to get a signal, we have to go to the control panel, and then we'll bring this over here. You want to go to hardware and sound, and then BlackMagic Design control panel. You want to click that, and you actually want to set default video standard as HD 1080p 59.94. If you do not set this, you will not get a video signal coming from either your Xbox One or your PlayStation 4 setting at all. And there's actually another option over here under processing to lower the fan speed. I thought this would be a good option, but as you can see, it's completely grayed out. It doesn't even give you the option to lower the fan speed for quiet operation. So I'm thinking that they probably rushed this product out as well as its software at this time. So there's a bunch of other things missing, but you'll see what I mean coming up in the near future. So let's close this window and let us actually open the Media Express program that you use for capturing. So under desktop video, we'll go to BlackMagic Media Express. This is the general program that you're going to be using to doing all your capturing. So what you want to do is you want to go to preferences, and then you want to set project video format to HD 1080p 59.94. Once again, the BlackMagic Intensity does not auto detect and auto scale the video to the program, so it automatically shows up. If you do not set this, it will not work. And ideally, these are the exact settings that I used with the original program or the original capture card. So you want to turn these off, the stop capture if drop frames are detected, and you want to deselect these as well. I never actually got to this point, but basically what happens if you drop a frame and these are selected, the video will stop, and you don't want that during a Let's Play walkthrough. Even if you lose a couple frames, it's better than losing entire sections until you notice that the frames are dropped, because inevitably you will lose a couple of frames when recording. It's just a matter of making sure that you don't lose too many, and I actually never ran into that many problems with the original BMI of losing too many frames and the video is becoming unsyncing to the audio. But yeah, and then you want to have this selected, continue playback in background. So what that means is if you click off this main screen here where the main program where you're recording, if this isn't selected, then your TV or monitor will go black, the screen that you're watching your PlayStation or Xbox One on, and you basically don't want that. So yeah, you want to set these usually, you have these set to an external hard drive, which is a Western Digital 4 terabyte, which is a pretty large hard drive. But the main problem is under capture file format. Originally, with the original BMI, I used AVI Motion JPEG. but that actually does not work. The only one, for some reason, the only one of these that does work is AVI 10-bit RGB. So if I do that and I go to log and capture, you can see my PlayStation screen right here. But the problem is the file sizes are enormous. To give you an idea of how big the file sizes are, actually, 1 second here, we go to our computer. I recorded a little bit of extra. So this is a 5-minute video of Battlefield Hardline, and 5 minutes and 30 seconds. And I don't know if you can see that, but for that entire 5 minutes and 30 seconds, that was 54.5 gigabytes worth of space. And I said it in the unboxing videos that the original BMI did take up a lot of space in terms of hard drives when you're recording, but it seems that underneath this AVI 10-bit RGB, it's even larger. And I can only assume AVI Motion JPEG is a little bit smaller, but as you can see, after we select it, it doesn't work at all. So it's not even worth doing. So yeah, the only one that actually works is the 10-bit RGB. So it is what it is. It's very unfortunate. And in terms of XSplit, I'm using XSplit right now to kind of capture this screen right here that you guys are watching. But you're just going to have to trust me that when you add the capture card to XSplit, the video doesn't even show up at all. It's just, as of right now, this capture card and program just has a host of problems that do not seem to work out. So anyways, but possibly you think there may be a saving grace. Well, maybe you can, if you're not worried about streaming, maybe we can just focus on the capture video from consoles. But the problem with that is that doesn't even work by itself. So these are the two videos that I showed you guys earlier, and I'll play them for you. You'll probably have to listen to my computer speakers, but basically, sound and video is, the first video is kind of janky, and sound doesn't work at all. So I will show you right here. And as an example, just letting me show you guys that it wasn't the actual game itself, here is a file from the captured of the same section using the Elgato HD60. As you can see, it's not the game or the computer, it is the capture card itself. So there's a host of problems this card has. First off, it is loud, and if you unplug the fan, it runs extremely hot. There is no auto detect for signals, as was the same with the original BMI. There are no options or different options for selecting file format. Ideally, I would have wanted AVI Motion JPEG, but that's not even available to us. It does not work on XSplit, and it basically can't even capture correctly. So, overall review, do not buy this capture card. If I was to give it a rating out of 10, it would be a 0, because even on the lowest of levels, this capture card can't even capture, let alone do a lot of the other things which are the standard in the industry today in terms of devices that you can find on the market. And who knows, maybe BlackMagic Design will improve the capture card a little bit later with an update to its software and drivers, but as of right now, as I record this video on March 22nd, I only can review what came out of the box. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was informative. I'm actually greatly disappointed in this product just because I love the original BMI so much, but it honestly is what it is. And yeah, so I'm probably going to hang on to it a couple of weeks longer, and maybe there will be an update, and if there is, I'll definitely make a video for you guys. But as of right now, for all future videos and streaming, I'll be staying with the AverMedia Live Gamer HD, and for Let's Play recording, I will be sticking with my Elgato HD 60. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, hopefully it was informative, and thank you guys for watching, and as always, have a fantastic day.